Jack Conway, 232 Hudson Avenue. I just want to clarify something, because I think the Board of Ethics was accused tonight of not delivering on something. My understanding of the process is the Board of Ethics proposes and the town board disposes. We created a draft and we submitted it. We then met, we made ourselves available. We met in what I think all of us would agree were very full and frank discussions. We answered every question. We shared any research we did. But it never occurred to us, and no one ever said to us, that we were to produce a new draft. What we expected is that you would produce your own draft based on our draft and the changes that you want to make. We didn't see us having any role as kind of recording secretaries where we continue to assimilate changes. At every turn, we discussed, we made ourselves available, we discussed fully and frankly, and then afterwards we provided in writing synopsis and memos about where your ideas were different from ours, so that we could be clear on what we were proposing, you could be clear on where you want to go from that. And we always expected that what would happen next is that you would propose a draft for a public hearing. So we never, as much as tonight at least things moved, we never expected that draft would be proposed for a public hearing, and we never expected and were never told by anyone that we were to produce another draft that would be available for public hearing. So I think the Board of Ethics got sold short tonight in that some of that discussion. And I feel bad about that, because I think all five of us have tried to do the best we can, and we've also tried to do everything we've been asked to do. So I would just say, as you guys now, as Ginny implied, you guys are going to work off some model code. You're going to propose next month, and since that's what you're going to do, it really, I thought, was in bad form to claim that we, A, were inflexible, or B, we didn't produce another draft, because honestly, we never thought that that was our brief. We were to propose, and we did, and we waited. And the other thing I just want to say is that the information tonight on surrounding municipalities or other municipalities of ours, the size of our town, were in error. The statements made tonight were in error. But like this entire process, I will not discuss that in public. I'd be happy to meet with the board or with Joe. But the information that was given tonight was not correct. So I just happened to stand up and say that. Thank you.
Ray.mov, 5 Caitlin Place. I was one of 3 members of the public that attended the September meeting. Bonnie was one of the others, and Martin, who's not here tonight. And I want to support what Jack said. Despite all the confusion at that meeting, those of you that were late, the fact that the purpose of the meeting was not clear, at the conclusion of that meeting back in September, my very clear recollection is that the members of the town board said to the ethics board, "We will submit to you our written changes." That was exactly what you said, but you didn't represent that tonight. You spun it a little bit. You had that recommended ethics code in June of last year. You came to the September meeting completely unprepared. That was obvious. In addition to the people that were late, it was absolutely obvious that you were unprepared. And one final point. Last year, when the board made the decision to prevent people from serving in 2 positions, one for the county and one for the town, that resolution took a matter of weeks to go from your whim to a public hearing to passage. You've messed around with this thing for going on 11 months now. There were some disingenuous comments made tonight. I don't have enough time to go through all of them, but we'll talk about them in the near future.